Hi, welcome. Today we are going to start a new topic, radioactivity. Before studying the definition of radioactivity, we will revise some historical aspects of radioactivity. So, radioactivity is the greatest discovery of 19th century and the phenomenon firstly observed by Henry Becquerel in 1896. So, who discovered radioactivity? The answer is Henry Becquerel. The name radioactivity was proposed by Becquerel's Polish pupil, that is student Marie Curie. So, Marie Curie was the student of Henry Becquerel. The phenomenon actually observed by or discovered by Becquerel, and the name radioactivity was proposed by Marie Curie. Now, the Marie Curie has the unique distinction of receiving two Nobel Prizes. She got first Nobel Prize in 1903 in physics for discovering radiation phenomenon, and she was awarded this prize with Marie Curie and Becquerel. Then she also got Nobel Prize in 1911 in chemistry for her services to the advancement of chemistry by the discovery of radium and polonium. Okay. Then Irene, she was the eldest children of Mary and Perry, also got chemistry Nobel Prize along with her husband Perry Juliet in 1935. So Curie in France, then Schmidt in Germany, Soddy, Rutherford and Ramsay in England, and many other great scientists contributed richly to the rapid development of the subject of radioactivity, which over decades led to the development of nuclear science. So, this was about the historical aspects of radioactivity. Now, we will see actual definition of radioactivity. See, an element is said to be radioactive if the nuclei of its atoms keep disintegrating spontaneously. Okay, now suppose if we have an radioactive element, okay, so if the nuclei of radioactive element keep disintegrating spontaneously, okay, and transforming thereby into a different element, emitting in the process nuclear particles and or radiation. So suppose the nuclei of this radioactive atom, it disintegrates spontaneously. So with this disintegration, it get converted into a different element, and during that conversion it emit in this process nuclear particles or radiation. So this is the definition of radioactivity. Now we will see types of radioactive decay. So first type, which is called as alpha decay. So alpha decay, it is the process in which alpha particles are emitted, and we know that alpha particles are nothing but helium having atomic number 2 and mass number 4. So see here, X, which is an radioactive element, Z its atomic number, A is its mass number. So it shows alpha decay, that is alpha particle is emitted or helium is emitted. So the new element is formed where the atomic number is decreased by 2 and the mass number is decreased by 4. So famous example is, suppose see, radium having atomic number 88 and mass number 226, it emit alpha particle. It means that it undergo alpha decay. So there is a formation of radon having atomic number 86 and mass number 222. Okay, so this is first alpha decay. Second one is the beta minus decay. So in case of beta minus decay, there is expulsion of electron. Electron is emitted. See, suppose X, which is an radioactive element having atomic number Z and mass number A. So as electron is ejected, so see here that beta minus along with nu bar, that nu bar, it is an antineutrino. So as electron is emitted, the atomic number is increased by 1. So Y having atomic number Z plus 1 and mass number same, that is A. For example, see, phosphorus having atomic number 15 and mass number 32, it undergo beta minus decay, so it get converted into the sulfur having atomic number 16 and mass number 32, along with emission of that beta minus and antineutrino. Now then we have beta plus decay. That beta plus decay, it is also called as positron decay. In this case, see, suppose X is any radioactive element having atomic number Z and mass number A. So in this case, as positron emitted, that is beta plus, the atomic number is decreased by 1. So Z is converted into Z minus 1. So Y having atomic number Z minus 1 and mass number A is formed along with the emission of beta plus, that is positron, and neutrino nu. For example, sodium 1122, it on positron decay forms neon having atomic number 10 and mass number 22 along with positron and neutrino. Then next type is electron capture. So in this case, the electron is captured by that element. So X having atomic number Z, mass number A, it captures electron to form a new element Y. So as electron is captured, the atomic number is decreased by 1. So Z minus 1 and mass number remains as it is along with neutrino. For example, iron 26, it captures electron, so it is converted into manganese 25 along with emission of neutrino. So we can say that electron capture generally accompanies beta plus decay. So whatever happening in beta plus decay, same case it is in electron capture. And last type is isomeric transition. So the element X having atomic number Z and mass number A, but that M is for metastable excited state. So it is in excited state prior to its decay. Okay, so it undergo isomeric transition. So there is a formation of X having atomic number Z and mass number A. So the metastable excited state undergo decay to form an element which is in ground state. For example, cobalt 27 having mass number 60, initially it is in metastable excited state, it emits gamma radiation and we get cobalt 27 which is in ground state. So there are these 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 types of radioactive decay, that is alpha decay, beta minus decay, beta plus decay, electron capture and the isomeric transition. So this is about the initially we have seen some historical aspects of radioactivity, then we have studied the definition of radioactivity, and lastly we have seen types of radioactive decay. In next part we will study the next points of this chapter, radioactivity. Thank you.